Our early season success may well have just been fool's gold. It's not exactly turning out how I planned, though we are only at the halfway stage of the season, so I guess there's plenty of room for us to turn something around if Real Madrid will falter enough or stumble at certain hurdles. I'm not going to back us to do the thing that makes them stumble, though, because they're pretty good, so I've found out. As we near a decade without a trophy at Barcelona, let that sink in for a second. We are, into January in our first season in charge in Catalonia, and really we're just hoping to build anyway. We're still a bit short, I think, somewhere around in the squad, so being in January, we may do something. We've got £59 million to spend. We're about halfway through January now, so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, today we're versing Elche away from home, just something different, something, not playing one of the top sides because that's a bit boring. That's what happens every day, isn't it? I'd say. Anyway, before we get into it, make sure you do leave us that like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, what you think of the team, the tactics, the transfers that we need to make, the X, Y, Z, let me know. Let's get into it. We may as well get right into the crux of it, and the crux of it is we haven't really been good enough. We've now lost 3 games in La Liga. We hadn't, up to last video, which was this game that you're looking at here against Atletico Madrid. We hadn't lost yet. We'd had a draw, or a couple of draws maybe. If I look up, yeah, we'd had 1 draw. We've now had 3 draws, 3 losses. 4 losses? 3 or 4, anyway. And we're losing ground. This one against Mallorca was bloody annoying. We missed a penalty. We had goals disallowed. It was bloody annoying. Valencia we beat 3-0, 2 for Rafis, 1 for Kulusevski. That was stunning because they're actually in 4th. So they're in this universe in 2031 or 2032 we are now. Valencia are competitive and looking decent. Not quite up to the standard of the 2 Madrid sides and our Barcelona side though. We then finally got a goal in the Champions League league phase, I guess. As you see up here, we had lost to Porto, Liverpool, and Newcastle 1-0 or 1-0 and 2-0. Hadn't scored. Astana, we got 2 past them. I feel like we should have beaten them by more, but at the end of the day, I don't really care about the Champions League too much. It's just good to get something, and to not be too poor. We then beat Racing Santander 4-0, 2 for? No, 1 for De Jong, 1 for Wesley, 1 for Monin, and 1 for Rafis. Valladolid beat us. They had a red card for half the game. I think this may have, been an occasion where we missed a penalty. Our best penalty taker, this is weird, but detour, set pieces, penalties. Oh, I've just put everyone in, by the way. Our best penalty taker has 13 penalties. How is it that bad? How is, just Kudus not got 16 or something, Just anyone. I don't care. Anyone. No. Anyway, back to it. Where were we? Oh yeah, we lost to Valladolid and it was frustrating. Daichi Kamara, old Brentford boy, straight red card. Didn't help. Rennes we beat 3-1, 2 for Monin, 1 for Kadioglu before we drew with Cadiz. It was also a comeback draw. So we had gone down in the 24th minute from Javi Alcazar, who's having a decent season. He's got himself 14 goals in all competitions. I was looking at him just before because he's fairly high up in the scoring charts, I think. I think he's probably a 10th or 11th or something, but he's fine. Probably not who we're going to buy, but we then had Bilbao. We lost 2-0. It was just a bad run of fixtures and, fixture congestion, injuries, people not performing, a combination of all of the above, and we really paid for it because that's 8 points that Real Madrid could move away from us. Not good. We then beat Betis 1-0 thanks to Kevin Monin. That was actually a really good goal. And at that juncture, after those 3 winless, we changed to playing this 4-2-3-1. Obviously not a huge change from our 4-3-3. But you will notice that both wingers are now inside forwards. We've got a trequartista in behind the main man up front, just because I want we weren't scoring, so I wanted someone close to the striker to be able to assist him. And then we just have a solid midfield of I don't know if I've already, sure I had it as like a ball winning or something like that, but whatever. Yeah, we've been playing this since then, and as you can see, it's been fine. I mean, we got a 1-0 win against Betis, we got a 2-0 win over Arsenal thanks to Kulusevski and Rafis. Eibar would beat 5-0 thanks to Pedri, Kadioglu, who then got sent off, Kulusevski, Wesley, and Miranda, which is actually his first goal for the club. The first goal or assist. He's now got 6. So it was just that thing of, when someone's not confident and they just need that one goal. It doesn't matter how good it is. It could be a tap in from 3 yards, whatever it is. Once they've got that one, they're good. He seems to have gone through that because he's now got a hat-trick in one of these upcoming cup games. Not this one against Leda. I don't know how to say that, but Mohamed Kudus scored 6 goals against them. 6 goals for Kudus, Zaire Emery, Pedri, Fabian Miranda, and Kulusevski with the goals 6. 6 for Kudus. That is ridiculous. That's I think it said that was a record for. How do I check our records? Nope. Records. Where's just biggest win? Biggest win. There it is. We've got the biggest win in Barcelona history, so that's pretty good. And we haven't got the highest defeat, so that's that's good. Bloody hell, that's still their record. Is this dumb thing? Our transfer this spending. How did we outspend them that Coutinho season? Anyway, all right, go back. Where are we? All right, yeah, 11-2, whatever. 2-1 then over Villarreal. Looks better for them. They got one back at the 93rd minute, and then that was like the last kick of the game. Then we had the Clasico, and we found out how big of a gap it is because they were dominant. There were 2 goals in the opening 3 minutes. I panicked as soon as they scored, thinking, oh god, this is going to be, if you remember, I can't remember who, maybe it was with Brentford even, back that far. We would just get thumped every time against actual good teams. And I thought that was on the cards again, but we drew it back to 1-1 after a minute later through Pedri, and then couldn't lay a hand on them. They were dominant. I think it was something like 18 shots to 4 or something like that in their favour, and deservedly got the 3 points there through Buonanni, who I've never heard of, but apparently he's decent. He's 27 now. He's playing his 2nd season there. He's 9 goals, 8 assists. He's decent. Then most recently against Linense, another cup team that we spanked, and that was where Miranda got his hat-trick. They only got 1 in the 92nd minute. Kadioglu got 2. We rotated the team quite a bit. That's about the story. As to how the squad's performing, you'll notice I've got a few extra names in here, and they are youth players with high potential, except his potential's now gone down. We've got this 5-star, I think he's a centre-back. Yeah, he's going to be like a ball-playing centre-back, I think. And he looks fairly decent, I think. So he's in the first team, but obviously available for the under-19s just so that he can train with us, be in our mentoring group, all that sort of stuff. Same with Andreu, who's actually come off the bench in one game in I think it was against Villarreal. We were winning 2-0 and he came on late. Looks pretty good to me. I am training him as a striker. You can't see it's behind my head here, but we are training him as a striker. He's got work to do, I guess, but he looks fairly decent. 2-star. He's already got 2-star ability, so that's apparently on par with our goalkeeper. And then the last one is Roger Maslorenz, who's I like him as the advanced playmaker role, I think. A lot of work to do, but he is 16, so I guess, look, you don't really need to expect too much of him. He's got plenty of time. I'll probably keep him. It says he's wanted by teams on one team on loan, but I'll probably keep him in the squad for another, I don't know, season or something. Maybe next season he gets loaned out. Maybe the season after he gets loaned out when he's, 17, 18, so that he has time to grow with us, because he doesn't need to be playing that much at this point. Anyway, that's not the point of this. The point is to look at the average ratings with Kulusevski leading the way. He's been playing a lot of the Trequartista in the middle here. He's very good. He's very good, isn't he? 6 goals, 7 assists. Average rating, Fabian is then behind him, which is a surprising one, because I didn't really come in with the huge, he's a model citizen. God, that's good. And look at his, mentally is very, very stacked. Technically is maybe what lets him down a little bit. And he's got gets forward whenever possible, which I don't love because I've got him as, yeah, ball-winning midfielder, which isn't not ideal. Other good performers, I guess if you look at the goals, it's a bit like we've got a lot of contributions like that. No one is like into double digits yet, but all of these people are 5 and above, so it's fairly good. Rafis and Kudus leading the way with 9 each, then Wesley and Pedri have 7. 6 each for Monin, Miranda, and Kulusevski, then 5 for Kadioglu. Assists, it is Kulusevski with 7, Monin with 6, 5 for Pedri, 4 for each of Wesley, Stanisic, and Kudus. Anyone I want to show you specifically? Monin, I guess, he's fine. I think we need a backup for him. I think that's what I want in this transfer window, is to get someone, you know, so that we have 2 in every position and then an extra midfielder, I guess. Just because if he's out, our left wing options very quickly get pretty not ideal. It starts being Miranda, who's left-footed, so not really suited to the inside forward, and then also is a striker. Or Pedri, who's not a winger. Then who else do we want to look at? This is Wesley. I spoke about him last time. He can play a little bit of everywhere going forward in the roles that we need him to play anyway. I like him as a Mazzala in our 4-3-3. But that does mean that it's either him or Pedri playing as a Mazzala, so maybe we need to find a way to fit them both in. And I guess playing this 4-2-3-1, we can technically do that sort of thing. Obviously someone else at left wing, but like De Jong, Wesley, and Pedri in more advanced roles. So we don't have De Jong as the halfback. We have him, moving forward a little bit at least. Other than that, this isn't the lineup we're going with. This is whatever our assistants chucked together, so I'm probably going to change it. Other than that, who do we want to look at? This is Tox Bro. I just want to show him because I love his name. He's been fine. Average rating of 6.89. I realised I said that wrong last video, but is what it is. Anyone else? Let's look at our goalkeeping situation. Graunic has played once off the bench. I think that was in the 11-2 winner for Liga Ada. He's unsporting, which is fantastic. That's about it. And our other keeper, Bellantani, who is starting to really act like he's starting to really put himself ahead as the better goalkeeper out of the two. And you can see he's a perfectionist, which is sensational. He's going to be very good, I think. His potential's gone up. I think last video would have been 3.5, and it's now gone up somehow to 4.5. And you can probably guess why, because he's 22, perfectionist, very good, and very good on the ball. I think his kicking and one-on-ones have just gone up from 12 to 13 as well, so he's starting to look pretty damn good. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I've got to update you on. As for how the competitions are shaping up, you can see, look, Real Madrd are the best side. They definitely are. If you look at this home screen, we've got the second best goals, second best conceded. It's Real Madrd in both accounts. They're ahead of Atletico by 5 points, ahead of us by 6 points. Then in the Champions League, we are down in 18th. We've got 2 games to play, which is against Mönchengladbach and Salzburg. So we should probably get, at least 3 points out of that, because Gladbach are apparently pretty decent. But Salzburg we should be beating. So look, we should progress in theory. But at the end of the day, I don't really care too much. Anyway, and then there's a Spanish Cup where in it still we've got Tenerife next. That's all. Let's head to our lineup. Let's do it. Let's play Elche and hopefully get 3 points and be closer to, or maintaining our competing with Atletico and at a distance Real Madrid at least. All right, very simply, it is the 4-2-3-1. We've got Bellantani in goals, Wrench, Koundé, Guardiola, and Toxpro across the back. Pedri and De Jong, I think that's the way I'd like it most, with Pedri, as you can see here, he's very good at it, down as the advanced playmaker, De Jong as a deep line playmaker on defend, which look, it's apparently about his best, so we'll see how that gets on. And then Wesley's the trequartista, Kulusevski on the right, Monin on the left, Rafis up front. It's about as good as it's going to get, I think. Let's head through. We've got plenty of backup on the bench. A couple of players not fully fit, but I think we're pretty good to go. Anyway, let's head on through. I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm hoping that... Stop it. I'm hoping that today we can just put together a really good performance and put in some goals, get dust off the rubbish of last game and last La Liga game anyway. Back to winning ways, back to. I'm not going to say title contending. Look, title contending feels like a stretch. It's good to see, again, I spoke about this last video, it's good to start to see so many regens in the lineups. There's 4 in their starting lineup. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We've got 5 regens in our starting lineup, which is pretty exciting. Which is good because some of them are like 22, 23, you know, and they're there on merit. You know, they are in the starting lineup because they're good enough and because they deserve to be there. All right, let's early go with and encourage. That's scary. Very deep there, aren't we? My goodness. After 10 seconds, scary. Who can I talk about? Devin Wrench has got a new contract. He was complaining about not having a contract and not playing, so he got a new contract. He's here for another few years. De Jong had an extension clause in his contract, so he's been extended for an extra year. So his contract no longer expires this season, expires at the end of next season. So then we'll think about it from there. Cross from Wesley towards Raffis, doesn't find him. Pedri on the volley towards Kulusevski. Oh, saved by Cardenas, and we're away. All right. Decent start is that not the end of the highlight? Weird. Manquant is such a terrible name. Pedri out to Kulusevski, looks long for Monin. Monin, you bellend, you absolute monkey. Like, you clearly could have just, obviously first time, he needed to control the ball. I get that. But then as soon as he has, whip it across to Raffis, tap in. Instead, he tries some absolute rubbish, and now he's got a yellow card as well. Mr. Monin, you're not in my good books today. All right, let's encourage them. We're doing fine. There's another yellow card for someone. Wrench this time. Header from Ahamada. Goes wide. Hardly a highlight, really. Why do we need to see that? I've got it on key highlights. I'm not sure what about that was key. Not a whole lot. Other performances that we can talk about. Look, I'm really happy with Wesley. Wesley's even been called up for Brazil a couple of times. Oh, that's not good. Let's pause and make a sub absolutely immediately. And usually we swap him with Stanisic, right? Who is not here. Good. So it's going to be Kadioglu, who is my solution whenever I need anything filled, and I don't really know who to put there. So Kadioglu goes on at right back in place of Wrench. Wesley has been called up for Brazil. He's at that stage of being good, you know. He just needs to. He's a bit inconsistent, I think. Definitely some stunning performances. Like, I think the first game of this season may even have been against Elche, which I probably should have thought about before starting this video. And we pumped them. Was it 4 or 5-0? And he got a couple of goals. Kudus got a couple of goals. You know, that would have been good to continue. It just definitely hasn't. And as we're looking at it, I don't know who this is that's all the way in behind. Bizarre. 45th minute. We've got our last highlight before halftime, surely. Frankie de Jong on the ball. Back to Jules Koundé, out for Kadioglu, the man. Plays it down the line for Kulusevski, back onto his left, of course. Finds Wesley at the edge of the box. Wesley, goal! Get in there. There we go. I was just criticising him for not being consistently as good as he can be. And he's turning it on today. He's got us a 1-0 lead right on the cusp of half-time. Kadioglu does well, finds a bit of room, plays down the line for Kulusevski, who cuts back, of course, on his left, because that's all he's going to do. And then way too much room for Wesley on the edge of the box, fires it across the keeper, and we are up 1-0 as we go into half-time. Let's praise them before it gets to half-time, so they're already stunningly happy. Just stop! And pulled knee ligaments, goodness me. Oh my god. And that's left wing as well. Alright, blah 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 blah. We can find another gear. Keep going, blah blah blah. Oh my god. So we're about to make our second sub at half, and it's halftime. So we can bring on Miranda. We can move Pedri out there. Those are our two real options. I think we'll go with Miranda. What's he like? Is he better as a winger? He's not better, but I guess he is left-footed, so maybe it's better off that way. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's give it a go. We haven't tried it yet, so why not? No, he's a midfielder. Bang. I want to see more of the same from you because he scored a hat-trick the other night. Maybe I should have started him because he, you know, continuation of form and all that. We are starting to see a really good pass map in this formation. Like this is a horrible example of it, but yeah, really starting to see the actual positions apart from the striker. So you'll see like the clear, like, okay, I know exactly where all the positions are, except the striker's just not really that involved. Oops, lag. Toxbro now on the ball, back to Pedri. Loses it to Riquelme, and it looks like a counter is happening here for Elche. Riquelme, I guess this is showing us how far we've come because we beat them 5-0 on the opening day. Miranda now on the ball, driving towards the box. Miranda, saved by Cardenas. Damn it. All right. Well, you know, that's fine, I guess. Corner ball eventually. Miranda now on it to swing it in, hopefully with some sort of pace and accuracy, or hit the first man. That's cool. Kulusevski back out to Miranda, who's running the wrong way with it and losing out to Ahamada. Finds Pedri though, crosses too far for Rafis. That's surely we've seen the highlight, right? Yeah, sure have. All right, well, this has been great. I would really like to not be losing our best left winger to ligament issues. If I had a choice. Another highlight in the 58th minute. Rafis wins the header. Miranda on the ball. Oh, loses it, but Rafis gets the rebound. Rafis also almost loses it. Miranda on the ball. Pedri to Wesley. Wesley in the box. Tackled by Oscar Gill. Pedri on it again. Finds Toxbro overlapping. Oh, wide from Rafis. Oh my. I mean, Toxbro is playing very well, but I don't think Rafis is great in the air. I think he really is like a bit of a Michael Owen. Like, he's just quick and he's good and can finish real well. Just very much depends on that pace, and if it's a header, you better hope it's an easy header. All right, what are we going to do? I think we go with... Yeah, let's put Fabian on for Pedri and swap those two around. So Frankie de Jong is now the advanced playmaker. Fabian's the deep line. Then let's bring on Kudus because he did so well against Elche the first time around. Why not? We've got one sub left and one more stoppage, so we'll make that eventually when we feel like we need to. But at this stage, it doesn't feel like we need to do much. A second goal would really be lovely though, because I'm not too fond of dominating a match and then throwing it away, especially with 2.47 XG. Feels good, man. Here's a highlight. Toxbro with the throw in to Wesley to FDJ. Long ball over the top for Rafis, who's surely offside, but finishes it. Look, I mean, he played to the whistle. He's done well to finish it. I mean, obviously we couldn't see whether he was onside or not, but he wasn't. He was offside. He was definitely offside. All right. Played it to FDJ, and you could just... It's not even close. You could just tell when he got on the ball. You were just like, all right, well... when he came into frame, I guess, at least, that he was definitely offside, and that's fine. Let's praise, because we're finding inroads. All right, let's make our last sub, which will be, I don't know, I mean, those are our youngsters, Andreu and Egg, that one. I don't even know how to say that. I don't even want to try. Let's put on Injai, Bakunde, and hopefully coast for the last 12 minutes. Just relax, have an easy, chill time of it. And no, we don't need to do no more direct passing or anything. Let's relax. I don't know why the pass map is so bad on the right-hand side. I don't know what the difference is. I mean, I know why those are staggered, but... all right, highlight here, Elche bringing it forward through Manquant, who gives it away absolutely needlessly to Toxpro. Guardiol to Injai, to Wesley, to FDJ. Great bit of play. Rafis now through, on goal, saved. All right, Gronkowski pumps it into Rosed. Good. Consistency is a problem for a number of people. Like, if we could have the same performances week in, week out from someone like Rafis, who is our joint top scorer, so he is really, really good in patches. He just needs to put the damn ball in the net. Here's a throw in Ferdi or Kadioglu, taking his time for some reason. I haven't put time wasting on, but he's taking his time. Kudus back to Kadioglu. Kadioglu to Fabian to Kudus. Kudus in the box. Oh, just wide. All right. Well, oh, please just hang on. I don't want to. Let's not do this. Let's not. Boring 1-0. Sounds lovely. Perfect. Exactly what I was here for. Exactly what you turned up for, what you wanted to see. It's a boring 1-0. Well, we definitely did that winger now, because we're going to be without Monin for the next 3 weeks, so I better get my business done quickly, because we've got a game in 3 days against Tenerife. We'll see. They're managed by Pepe Reina. Ah, that's awesome. Anyway, I got so distracted by that. That's awesome. Anyway, that'll wrap up today's video. We'll come back sometime in, I don't know, March-ish. We'll see how we go. I'm not expecting to come back on the second last day of the season against Real Madrid and have a title challenge happening. But we'll see, I guess. Anyway, that'll do us. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Make sure you do leave us a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. Comment what you think. All the stuff. That'll do us. Peace.